Oh, that hip! What's up everybody, Benoit here. Welcome to the Tactical Fellowship. The purpose of today's video is to explore the pros and the cons of red dotting your 1911 because many of you have this fine precision machine in your possession and you have completely stopped using it as you've drifted towards the red dot exclusively. And that's a crying shame. But the decision to red dot your 1911 won't be as clear-cut and linear as you think. So let's talk about that, the pros and the cons, and I'll even show you how to do it. Before we get to that though, how about you go ahead and stick your thumb up YouTube's anti-gun loving hole by liking and subscribing. And do you know how much of your information is floating around the internet? Are your passwords all over the place? Mine were. That's why I use Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura lets me know when my data has been stolen or leaked onto the dark web. And they send me fraud alerts when schmucks try to use that data to access my credit or bank accounts. Best of all, it deletes my information from data broker websites, so I get less spam, yos. Speaking of which, did you hear about Ticketmaster? Well, they got hacked. 560 million people had their data put up for sale on the dark web. We're talking names, addresses, emails, phone, and credit card numbers. If my information was stolen during that Ticketmaster breach, I wouldn't need to worry because Aura is always on, doing the work that I don't know how to do to keep my information safe on the internet. Guys, this is an app that actually works, but don't take my word for it. Try it out yourself using my link, aura.com/tacticalfellowship for a free 14-day trial so you can experience the type of internet safety you and your family deserve. Okay, so we're gonna start with the pros and then we'll end the video with the cons. And so let's roll into pro number one, which started with a suspicion because I was suspicious. I was suspicious that it was going to be awesome. Guys, it was so awesome. Having a red dot on your 1911 is really one of the best things I've done all year long. It's your favorite aiming solution, but it's on your 1911. So if you love your 1911, for all the reasons that you love 1911, you're gonna love it even more after this transformation to red dot on the top. So that's pro number one. It's really as awesome as you think it will be. It is, and probably even better than that. Pro number two is that it gets your 1911 back in the game. I shoot red dots exclusively now. It's a superior aiming system due to the way that your optical system and brain want to track and destroy objects at distance via a single focal plane type vision picture. And that's what the red dot brings you. And I had really stopped shooting my 1911 because it didn't have a red dot. It felt like to pick up my 1911 was to take an ammo capacity and an aiming capability step backwards. If you red dot your 1911, it is going to bring it rushing right back into the game, right back on your side, where it probably belongs. Those are honestly the pros. It is as awesome as you think it is, and it brings a beloved gun from your collection back into your hand. But if you're wondering how to get this done, I'm going to ask you to go check out my kit page, link above and below. It'll get you to this here build where you'll find not only a link to it, but a special discount code from ZR Tactical for viewers of Tactical Fellowship. Let me open up my heart to you in full transparency like an open book. I paid my hard-earned money for this service to be done, but the discount code will save you a significant amount of cash money. So players, go ahead and head to my kit page and find that code and deploy that code to get this done if you should so choose. With that said, I found the cut to be professional. The plate is as it should be. And one of the really nice things about ZR Tactical is their turnaround time. I think that they actually reshipped me back my slide the very day they received it. They received it, they cut it, and they sent it back to me all in one day. Turnaround time is superior fast. Let me give you now 3 observations about the plate, the sights, and the mounting of the RMR. So if you purchase the cut with the sight and plate option, it will come installed on your slide when they ship it back to you. But here's the thing. The front 2 screw posts weren't blue Loctited in. I took them out just to be sure. They looked like they had something clear on them that could have just been oil, but I know for sure that there wasn't 242 on it. The rear ones closer to the back of the gun, those had Loctite on them, but the 2 front screws, because there's 4 in total, they didn't have any blue Loctite. So if you do this, I would just pull them out, apply some blue 242 on that, put them in, and your mounting plate should be good to go, because the last thing you want to do is wonder why your zero is rotating around because you haven't noticed that your mounting plate is sloppily attached to the gun. A quick thought about the rear sight on this. I wish that the rear sight had serrations cut on the back to help reduce glare. Other sights in this price category will also have these serrations to cut down on glare, and I kind of wish ZR Tactical had done this. If I could give any advice to them, that's the advice I would give. Get some rear serrations on there so to cut down on the glare. A final thought too with the actual installation of the RMR from Trijicon. When you get it, it'll come with two sets of screws, a long set and a short set. You're going to use the short screws to attach the RMR to the plate. These are the ones that in the packaging they refer to as the Glock MOS plate screws. Those are the ones you're going to use, and you're not going to rely on the pre-applied thread locker that comes. Typically I don't, but this time I did, and check this out. 80 rounds into my session, look what happened. This is why you do witness marks on your screws, dudes. To Taco Bet, red dotting your 1911 will help you answer the 2011 question without getting a 2011. Does that make sense to you? It makes sense to me. All right, it is time to head into some of the cons, because there are a few, and it is a really crazy mixed bag of cons. Con number one is this, that depending on what material your slide is made out of, you may need to re-Cerakote the entire thing. And if you're particularly keen on the look of your slide already, this is gonna be a bitter pill for you. For me, I really love the FDE burnt bronze look of the SIG Emperor Scorpion. I didn't wanna have to recolor this thing. So once that cut is made though, like, you're gonna need to figure out something else unless your slide is stainless steel. My SIG one actually was, and so I just had them cut it and I just left it open. Stainless steel will be okay, but if yours isn't that, if it's made out of something else, you're gonna probably need to find a Cerakote option, and that's gonna actually increase the cost as well. Con number two is a real kick in the balls, because it's gonna require you to get all new holsters. Why are you getting all new holsters? Well, you're getting all new holsters because you have now attached suppressor height sights to your 1911 in order that you would have a redundant aiming system should your red dot go down. Because we believe in aiming redundancy. Because 2 is 1, 1 is none, this is why you do it, but it is also why none of your holsters are gonna work. I know, because I tried, and I almost got my gun stuck in this one with this wedge-like Battlestar Galactica front post. Yes, it looked like it would fit in this, but it did not, and so sadly, I had to reorder a holster. And depending on how many holsters you have, because you own a 1911, you probably have dozens because it spans decades of use. Oh grief is this sad. This is why I'm actually a fan of buying your holsters straight out the gate with suppressor height sights. Look, you never know what you're gonna end up doing, so just buy the holster with suppressor height sights. You never know if years from now you're gonna end up doing something like this, and then you're like, oh, I'm glad I did that. Con number three, this cannot be undone. You will permanently lose your rear sight, and you will never have a cover plate for this. I know you won't have a cover plate for this because I Googled to try to find one. I could not find a cover plate for the RMR milling for a 1911. I doubt you'll have success as well. But even if you did find a cover plate, remember, your rear sight's gone, so it's worthless. So you're never rolling this one back once you do it. And con 4 is kind of the biggest one. It's gonna really be the cost. When you factor in the milling, when you factor in the mount, and the red dot, and all new holsters, man, the hundos, they start to stack. So unless you got money to burn, or you don't mind making questionable financial decisions, this could probably be a deal breaker for you. All that being said, and to conclude, for me, spending between $600 to $800 to get my 1911 back in the game, that's actually worth it for me. This is one of my favorite firearms to shoot. I really enjoy shooting my SIG 1911. And the fact that it has a red dot on it, yes. Yes for me, that's a yes. I wanna take this gun places, I wanna shoot it forever. Which also brings me to another con. The cost of 45 ACP. Dude, I haven't bought 45 ACP in a while, man, bros. Oh man, there's a reason why we all be shooting 9mm. And that, gents, is all I got. So I hope this video has been useful to you. Quick reminder to be sure to check out my kit page. It's where I do all the work for you. From reaching out to vendors to secure custom discount codes exclusively for viewers of my channel, to then providing links for each item used on my builds so you don't need to spend all night looking for the part. Did you know that every time an affiliate link is used, a tactical fellowship bullet gets its wings? It's true. But in all seriousness, guys, my affiliate links help keep this channel afloat at no extra cost to you, so please check those out. And as always, ride fast, shoot straight, get off the couch and into some tactical fellowship, and we'll see you next time.